Hello, Knights fans. Back with this week's edition of the FDU Men's Basketball Report on the eve of the Northeast Conference Tournament with head coach Greg Herenda. Before we get started, some accolades that have come out today. 4 of your players have been named to the All-Northeast Conference team, highlighted by Mike Holloway as the second team, Darnell Edge third team, and then Noah Morgan and Jaleel Jenkins were both named to the All-Rookie team. First, as a coach, just to get to see 4 of your players honored, what does it mean?
Yeah, I'm just excited that they're recognized by the coaches, and that's really probably the highest honor because the coaches watch the most tape, and they don't watch just games. They watch tapes and more. They watch it 2 and 3 times, so it's a really great honor. I think Mike and Darnell, now that they're juniors, they're staples in this league, and our young guys. Noah and Jaleel have been great all year, and I think Elijah just got hurt because we couldn't get him enough minutes. So it's kind of like Dean Smith is the guy that made sure that Michael Jordan didn't average 20 at North Carolina. Maybe I'm the guy that made sure that Elijah wouldn't get on it, but Elijah's just as talented as those guys. And Tyler didn't play a lot, but I'm just happy for our program. We were faced with some adversity throughout the year early. Darian was out, then he came back, then he got hurt, and these guys have just stepped up, all 4 of them, on top of the rest of the crew. So I'm very proud of their individual accomplishments, and now it's time to win, a team title, and we've done that. It's going to be a tough road. We started at St. Francis of PA, but we're excited about going on the road. The year we won it, we were 8-2 on the road. This year we were 4-5 in conference, but played very competitively. So we're excited about team championships here, but individual accolades are great, and I'm really happy for those guys.
Yeah, and obviously we'll get to tomorrow's game against St. Francis, but just first from Mike, obviously he's been regarded as maybe the best offensive big man in the conference. Right. He's a junior now, and it seems like he's really taken that big step. How happy are you for Mike, I guess, to see him recognized as All-NEC second team?
No, Mike is, it's just people expect so much of him. So when he misses a layup or a dunk or a block, they want him to be perfect. And, Mike is just like everybody else. He's not perfect, but he's really, really good. He came here as a raw, big freshman, and now he's cut, he's strong, he's agile. He's advanced his game out to the three-point line. He's a terrific, terrific human being. He comes from a great family. So I'm extremely happy for Mike. But I know what Mike wants. Mike was a freshman and won a championship, and now he's a junior. He's got 2 more chances, but Mike, I'm sure, is happy about the accolades. But again, like everybody else, wants to win another championship.
Yeah, and Darnell Edge, another guy, he's an unsung hero, very quiet. Probably would tell you he doesn't care about the accolades, just wants to win, lead in the country in free throw percentage. Definitely flies under the radar, but it's nice to see him receive some recognition. A guy who came off the bench a lot last year, and now he's stepped into a big role, especially without Darian.
He's been the unsung soldier since he's been here. He came on campus. He was 17 years old, Brian, and was behind Steph Jiggets and was behind Darian Anderson and Marcus Towns and all those guys. And just like Elijah Williams, he was really good, but no one knew it except the people in our program and myself. So I'm really, really happy for Darnell and leading the country in every game. It's like he's first, second. Is he first right now?
Yeah, currently first.
He's, he deserves it. It's really quiet in this gym, and usually the first ball that you hear in the morning or at night is Darnell Edge, and I'm ecstatic for him and his family and for everybody up in Saugerties, New York.
Definitely, and now you look ahead to a tough St. Francis team in the first round here, the quarterfinals of the NEC Tournament. 0-2 against them this season. You were in both those games. You had a double-digit lead, I believe, in both games. Definitely here, I know that. As you look at that team that's won 5 straight, but you've won 5 of 7 yourselves, so it could be 2 hot teams. What do you expect to see early on in this game?
Well, this is the only position you ever want to be as a coach where somebody beat you twice. You never want to get beat twice, but once it happens and you play them for a 3rd time, it's not like you're automatically going to win. But, it's hard. I didn't want to go to Mount and have to beat them 3 times, but they're really, really good offensively, pound for pound. I think they're the best offensive team in the conference. They're well coached. They're just tough matchup. It's a really difficult building, which I like because now our players – there's no way our players are going to come out not ready because the building, the opponent, and the moment just makes it really special. But tons of respect for, Rob Krimmel and his staff. and their program, and I think we match up really good with them. We're two kind of relatively young teams that have good players, and I think it's going to be a heck of a matchup, and I feel good about going out to Loretto.
And then definitely on the grand landscape now, as you look back, you've made the NEC tournament now 4 times in your 5 seasons.
Right.
I know we talked after the season finale against Bryant. You addressed a lot of our alumni and talked about the turnaround of this program. But another NEC appearance for you, another 500 or better season for you.
Yes.
Now, as you look back as a head coach, are you happy with the results? I know you got 1 championship, or do you never stay? You never want to be complacent. I know, but
I think you can make evaluations after. While you're in it, it's hard to say, well, I'm happy or I'm not happy. All I know is that I'm happy with the effort from these guys. When we were really, down and we went out to Pittsburgh and beat Robert Morris, and then we had a really tough loss at home, and then we went up to Bryant without Noah and won that game. And then when we went down to Mount after a big Wagner win, it was a letdown game, and so there's so many moments that this team has risen to the occasion. So I love my players. Obviously 9-9 is respectable, but we wanted to do better. But given the circumstances, I applaud my team and my staff. But now everyone's 0-0. I know it's a cliche, but everyone has an equal opportunity. And in this league, it's, after the game, hopefully we win and we'll find out the scores. I wouldn't be surprised with anybody winning on any floor on the first night. But we have to take care of our business, and we've had great preparation for it the last few days. I think we kind of took a deep breath after that Mount Wagner trip. We were sucking wind, and then we came back and got punched twice by St. Francis, and then we gathered ourselves, and right now hopefully we're poised. We have 3 out of our top 6 are freshmen. This is going to be a new experience, but these kids have, I think they love the lights and they love the pressure. We talk about all the time is embracing pressure instead of running away from it, and now the pressure is here, but we're going to be loose and we're going to play hard, and we're really looking forward to getting on the bus today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these freshmen are up to the task so far, so hopefully they can continue it. And then lastly, on this week's radio show, you've already had John Sterling. Now you're going to get his partner in the booth. Susan Waldman will be on this week's show.
Yes.
Just talk about what the fans should expect with this week's radio show.
You know what? Before Susan Waldman, though, Brian, to have 2 players, now that, because I just found out about it on the show, to have 2 freshmen on the all-rookie team says a lot about not only those freshmen, but about the future of our program, and 2 beautiful kids like Jaleel and Noah. I mean, that's really, I don't know if we've had 2 freshmen ever here on the all-rookie team, but kudos to both of those guys, their parents and their families. I'm just so happy for those guys. But Susan Waldman, I mean, you'll hear it on Saturday at noon on WFDU. Just a tremendous guest. She did the interview from the Philadelphia Phillies dugout prior to the game and just was totally full of energy and really, really excited. And she just had met the quarterback from the Seattle Seahawks.
Russell Wilson, yeah, he's with the Yankees in camp.
Russell Wilson was there, so she has stories about that. So another good show, great show on the Greg Herenda show. So I don't want to push it too much, but at noon on WFDU. And I think what else do we? What kind of cloud are we on?
Yeah. Your shows are all on SoundCloud now. You can catch them online. Obviously, we archive it at FDUnites.com, so no excuse to miss any episodes of the Herenda Show.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely. And we have I think we have Joe Lenardi coming up to go over the matchups and with John Rothstein. So we have some good guests coming back. I've connected myself well in the radio world, and it's just a lot of fun. I enjoy it. It's a good diversion. But right now, the task at hand is getting on that bus, and going to Loretto, Pennsylvania.
Definitely. You can check out all your bracketology as March Madness heats up. But the Knights, their big task is right in front of them. So the Knights will head out to Loretto, Pennsylvania today. They'll take on St. Francis, the number 3 seed, at 7 p.m. You can catch that game on NEC Front Row, and all the links and all the live coverage are at FDUnites.com.